Hallöchen meine Lieben und willkommen zurück zu Let's Read One by One, Kapitel 3, Part 2. Dann würde ich mal sagen, geht's weiter. Again. Ring, ring, click. This is Sam. Giving me updates like I promised. I give him an update like I promised. The route I investigated in the last loop got me somewhere. I didn't find the person I'm looking for, but I ran into a few of his representatives, I guess you could say. They were very helpful. I don't think he actually wants to meet me. I have to admit, I didn't expect that. But I made a promise, right? So his opinion doesn't matter anyway. This route's a dead end. I'm going to have to go back and start from square one. Given how long it takes me just to get materials together, I don't expect to find anything earth-shattering on this loop. Guess you will have to save the world a few more times, bucko. So, how are you feeling? Getting a little worn today? Worn down? Nicht today, sondern down. Hey, maybe you should treat this as a learning experience. Now we have some idea of what you are putting the rest of us through. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I talk to you later. Click. With every cycle there were certain constants. Events unaffected by circumstance. Tori always tried to block the exit to the ruins. The pilot's special attack was always stolen by the nefarious dog, and Undyne's cooking lesson always ended with her house set aflame. Although Frisk wasn't sure if he should count that last one. From what Undyne had told him, most of her cooking lessons ended with something on fire. Lots of things Undyne did ended with something on fire. At least this time they managed to make the sauce. It lay in the pot, blissfully unaware of the violence in its immediate future. Undyne leered over the stove and, with great relish, sucked tomato pulp over her knuckles. Frisk had surreptitiously, what a word, backed away to the piano. The kitchen counter was a scene of culinary carnage that would have made a vegetarian froth at the mouth and pass out. Juice stains ran all the way up to the ceiling. Oh Gott, wie spreche ich jetzt? The kitchen, and then said solemnly, is a battlefield. The meal is your enemy. In its feeble way, the food you cook resists your efforts to make it delicious. And so, as with any opponent, you must strike fear into its heart. Her blue limbs blurred. In one motion, she yanked over a drawer, extracted a wooden slotted spoon, and spun it around her finger. Then she seized its handle and brandished at it Frisk. Human, you have already bested me in battle, but can you hope to overcome the lingering will of these worrisome ingredients? Frisk stepped behind the piano. Wait, what are you doing? Frisk picked up the piano stool, carried it over to the stove, adjusted the seat, and climbed on top. Now at least his head was actually over the pot. Undyne snorted despite herself. You're such a tiny thing. It's hilarious. Until I remember the fact that you defeated me. The pupil visibly delighted. Then it's enraging. Now take hold of your weapon. He took the spoon from Undyne and started down into the sauce. A single bubble popped apologetically on his surface. Undyne moved in uncomfortably close. Now it's time to steer. As a general rule of thumb, the more you steer something, the better it is. Ready? Let's do it. Frisk steered the sauce. Harder! Frisk steered the sauce harder. Harder! Frisk steered the sauce yet harder. Harder! She reached for the spoon. Let me... Frisk's eye flashed. He smacked his hand down on the counter and reversed his grip on the spoon, thumb and forefinger extended. He settled down at an angle. He stood poised over the stove, the sauce buried in confusion. Andan's eye widened. She took a hesitant step back. That stands! Impossible! The spoon sparked off the side of the pot at Frisk executed a slight steering maneuver. With the added leverage of the counter and his revolutionary directional movement, he was able to achieve velocities unheard of by novice sorcerers. The sound of wood scraping against cast iron filled the kitchen. Andan stared and then gradually broke out a grin. And she had a lot of teeth to grin with. I must have everything out. Yeah! She started to fist bump. Yeah! Yeah! Keep at it, human! Pour your whole being into the dish. The zest of this marinara comes not from fresh basil and oregano, but from your burning spirit! On cue, Frisk reached for the burner and turned it on high. Flames gushed out from around the pot. The edges of the spoon were beginning to wear down. Can you feel it? That fire in your chest, that heat boiling in your veins, that friendship you're feeling! Man, I am stoked! She turned and stomped hard enough to send cracked spider webbing through the linoleum. Destroy that source, human! That source is your mortal enemy! That source owes you money! That source's name is Cherry! I'm a Cherry. Yeah. The spoon continued its rotation, moving in endless cycles, looping around the pot without end. Frisk bared his teeth. His eyes were open so wide that his pupils were nearly visible. Behind him, Undyne was fist pumping so hard that her knuckles were creating localized shifts in barometric pressure. Approximately 80% of her face now consisted of her many very sharp teeth. Wow. The stove roared. The flames leaped. The sauce itself actually began to rise out of the pot in a column of red as Fort Frisk were summoning it from the depths of some acid reflux inducing netherworld. Yes! Hell yes! Hell freaking yes! Friendship! Undyne flipped her table through the ceiling. Friendship! Undyne headbutted her piano in half. Friendship! Then they stood outside the burning house. The flames leaking out her open windows cast the two of them in silhouette. Undyne stood with one hand off her hip. She looked lost in thought. Frisk stared directly ahead. His shirt and face were marred by swords and suit. He was breathing heavily. How in the heck did that happen? Undyne asked. She glanced over to Frisk. Do you know? Frisk kept watching in the fire. Neither he nor the dummy in the corner seemed to have any answers. Well, anyway, she grinned. You might be a weenie in combat, but that was some performance. Another couple weeks of this and you might even be ready to tackle Risotto, the slayer of legends. She looked back at her house. Hopefully by then the renovations will be done. Escort's always ready to foot the bill. Frisk's chest rose and fell. His fists were clenched at his sides. You know, said Undyne, it looked like you were way more tense in there than when you were fighting me. Either you didn't think I was a threat, which would be a terrible mistake, or you must have been really stressed about something. She narrowed her eye. Feeling better now? Frisk wiped sauce off his face and nodded. Undyne gave him a broken grunt. Good. We have gotta get that passion out into the world where I can actually, it can actually help someone. Fight some good fights. Or in your case, go and snuggle some really aggressively. I don't know. She smirked. If you prefer, I always up for a rematch. And next time I won't be so nice. Expect I will be. Because I guess we are friends now. Frisk turned to her, then sniffed and rubbed his eyes. He moved in with arms outstretched. Whoa! What the hell is this? She pushed him away and he looked up here, confused. No hugging! Hugging is literally the worst possible tactic on the battlefield. Do you have any idea how vulnerable you are in mid-hug? Do you know the only difference between Hulk and Suplex? She jabbed a finger at him. Lack of follow through. Undyne formed a fist and flexed. Muscles spiked along her weary arm. She held the fist out to Frisk. This is much better. With this simple gesture you can express your undying friendship. Undying friendship. Das ist eine Anspielung an Undying, der Undying ist oder was? She flexed again and grinned. I'll annihilate your enemies. You get a nice one today. Thanks for showing me a good time, Pipsqueak. Frisk had up his own fist. Undyne palmed knuckles with him as gently as possible, but his hand was still numb for the rest of the day. It smelled like smoke and tomatoes. Aber ich sag mal hier irgendwo dann Cut nach dem Abschnitt und wir sehen uns dann im nächsten. Auf Wiedersehen, Leute, auf Wiedersehen.